Hello, good people. I'm in a new space for this video. And it's mainly because it's cold outside and my feet normally get really cold whenever I'm recording in front of my backdrop. So I decided let's get comfortable on this cold winter day with a blanket on the couch as we review Power Rangers, the audio drama. Why am I watching this? I've been a huge fan of Power Rangers since I was a little girl, and I guess you could say they have been my lifelong fixation. And someone reawoken it recently. It was my friend. He and I were having a conversation about the 2017 movie, and then I was like, I was into it. He was like, I wasn't into it, and then I asked the question on TikTok, and then people started like giving their feedback, and then I realized that he was a Disney era fan, and I was a Saban era fan, like a Zordon. Sorry, that's post Saban. I'm getting myself confused. But I was a Zordon era fan, and then like expectations are a little different, and then we were talking about if it had enough camp and if it hadn't. And then I would just started thinking about Power Rangers more, and I thought that it would be interesting to watch this audio drama that was recommended to me by one of the people in the comments of my now many Power Rangers videos. And I watched episode 1 and 2, and I don't want to record a reaction of episode 1 and 2 because it wouldn't be like as genuine as recording one where I don't really know the story. So that's where we're going. Thank you for listening to my long rant, and I'm just going to get into it. Quick pause. Can we all agree that the best iteration of the Power Rangers theme song has to be the In Space one, right? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, Rangers in space. I mean, this opening is iconic, but set controls to. Sometimes I just sing it, like, unironically, because it's such a good theme song. But I'm sorry. Back to what's going on.
Said no thanks. What else you got?
Edison, New Jersey. The day before arrival. Zack Taylor is stood in an antique shop in the center of town. He had come to buy a gift for his mother's birthday, but now finds himself facing off with a rather persistent elderly shop owner.
Perhaps if you saw it.
The keeper reaches under the counter, taking out a small black case, opening it to reveal a gold-pressed coin sitting in the middle of a cushioned red velvet lining.
Huh?
Who's the shopkeeper? I Why is he so pushy, and why does he want Zack to get the coin so bad? I need to know. Because what? He's selling it for $1. Who is this shopkeeper, and why does he want Zack to have the coin so bad? I really hope this is answered, because why? just heavy on the why. Who, why, and why Zach? Because I know that, like, earlier in the show, well, in the drama, people have been having visions about the coins. And obviously when Zach sees it, it must, well, like, not visions about the coins, visions about the dinosaurs or the prehistoric creatures. So, you know, I can see it hinting, this being a hint that, like, when Zach is like, wait, okay, yeah, I want this, I could see him having visions. But what about this shopkeeper is like, hey, you want this? All right, interest peaked.
Hey, here.
He pays the man and soon leaves the store. It would be hours before he would even take his eyes off of it.
Speed up repair. Teleporting the rest of you now.
Goldar reels as he is struck across the face by Rita.
Twice I have sent you to lead your men into battle, and twice you have retreated like a coward.
The suits could not handle the warrior's new machine.
Goldar in this version is like initially, well, like in the show he was initially scary as well, but like he is showing a ruthlessness in this version that just makes me wonder what about this Rita allows her to slap him in the face. Because yes, they've been around looking for the power coins for a millennia, but what is so unique about this Rita? Like, what does she have up her sleeve that makes her capable of slapping Zordon in the face? Why hasn't there been a mutiny on this ship? I want to know. Because no one isn't going... You're not about to whoop me unless you could actually whoop me. That's just my thoughts.
Where did they come from?
They are the ancient weapons the scrolls spoke about. This is getting out of hand. Well that I did. Perhaps this monster will not fail me as others have as of late.
Tokyo was feeling the power of the creature, just as...
Did they just say that they may not be able to control the creature? I'm scared. I'm scared.
promised. It stood over 100 feet tall, a black, almost liquid exterior allowing it to simply absorb every blast, every attack the Japanese military attempt. It moves down a large central street.
Freeze. Everyone, check in! Master and I can't take much more of this. I found the self-writing button though.
Think I still have all my horns.
Kim? Kim! Talk to me!
I'm okay. Still in one piece. Can't stay the same for the building I landed on though. But I may need a few minutes before I can fly again.
How many people just...
Can't think about that now, Billy. Let's change tactics. See if we can lock it down.
That is so heavy. I appreciate that in the beginning Jason was talking about how we are here to help, not to make things worse. And putting that in our minds. I know, like, whenever we were children, thinking about whenever they would crash into a building or, you know, run through the town wherever they're battling the kaiju, in lack of better words, that people were actually getting hurt, or when putties were arriving in locations with humans and stuff. We never really talked about it. But the fact that Jason just crashed into multiple buildings with the Tyrannosaurus Rex, and then, you know, Kim crashed into some buildings, and, you know, Billy asked the question that many people who watch superhero films think about, like, oh, how many people did we just, even whenever, I'm going to switch complete fandoms, but, you know, with Civil War, whenever they were looking over all the times wherever they had saved people, I mean, not saved people, whenever in the past they saw it as like, we won, we saved people, but they're going like, Washington, D.C., New York, Sokovia, like all of the countries, Johannesburg. Was it Johannesburg? I think it was Johannesburg. But anyway, all these places where they were heroes. Well, they were heroes, but, you know, to a lot of people, they saved the world, but to many people, they're representatives of one of the worst days of their lives. I think it's going to give these characters the heaviness of what they do. Where it's just like, oh, sometimes we can't save everybody. But I'm projecting a lot of stuff on this. Let's see where we go from here.
Somehow, keep it in one place. I have an idea.
Transfer to the battle now.
Aye, aye, Trini. Transporting you now.
Wait, I'm back. What did I miss?
Minutes later, with a flash of yellow light, Trini and the saber-toothed tiger join the fray.
They said crystals in the coins? When they say crystals, do they mean the crystal? And then also they were talking about when the beast, and then she said, I mean the Zord, was deactivated. Girl. The way my mind is just going while watching, I'm tired. Alright.
Okay. We're going to need to make some space for this. Retreat to the outskirts of the city. Got it.
You know what I'm curious about? I wonder where Command is now that they all live in different spaces around the nation.
Oh, we had no idea the Zords could do that.
Angel Grove, California.
I thought that Billy and Trini had a thing, but is Zach and Trini a thing? Or are they all just really friendly with each other? Back to the action.
Yeah, a few minutes later. The front door of Kimberly's house creaks open. Kimberly, trying to sneak back in the dead of night. But as soon as the door closes, the lights turn on. Her parents standing with red faces glaring back at her.
Oh. I didn't want to do this, but they have given me no choice.
And what would that be?
To fight fire with fire. Power with power.
Goldar looks as from a pocket in her uniform Rita produces a golden coin. A coin with a claw upon it. A power coin. The next morning, Zach takes a detour from his usual Saturday hangout and returns to town.
I think that, well, two things. I still want to know what Rita has to where Goldar will yield to her. I just want to know. I want to know. And then next, I think her plan is a good one. You know, she's like, if we aren't strong enough to defeat them, what we're going to do is we're going to chip away at this earth until there's so much destruction that has been caused by our actions. It'll only take one good blow. And I'm just like, you know what? That's good. That's good. Because, you know, I may not be strong enough to fight you head on, but I can rock your environment. You know, yeah. I really want to learn more about Rita. What about Rita makes them yield? Because yes, Zed put her in charge, But why? Why? Because from what I'm seeing, Goldar is, in lack of better words, more loyal to Zed. Rita held on to the power coin because she didn't want Zordon to... no. Rita held on to the power coin because she didn't want Lord Zed to forget about her. She's like, nah, I'm going to pretend that this was stolen so I could hold on to it and have power for myself. I get it. If she is a tyrant in this iteration, and, Zed was already Zed in the original iteration, but I'm guessing he's going to be so much worse in the audio drama, then I am looking forward to seeing why she felt the need to protect herself.
To the shop at which he purchased the coin. But when he gets there, it is gone, replaced by a vacant toilet space where it should be.
What the? Hey, excuse me.
Zack walks over to a passerby.
What happened to the shop that used to be here?
Huh? What shop? That place has been empty for a year.
What? It was... But then that means someone created a whole shop just to give me the coin.
Who is this man? Who is this man? I need to know. I need to know who this man is. What did it look like to Zack? What did it look like to the other people when Zack was just walking in this shop? What were the passerbys thinking? Were they just like, why is this boy walking into this empty shop? Or was there a veil over him to where they couldn't see anything? I want to know. Oh, oops.
Shop that used to...
Good luck, Ranger.
I'm pissed, bro. I'm pissed. Because what do you mean it's an answer for another day? I'm going to release these weekly because I have other projects to finish and other things to do, but I'm so upset. Which doesn't make any sense because when I was a kid, I would wait a week for each show and then I would go on with my life. But when you have access to all of them now, but you're like, I really can't, I gotta take my time with it. This is awful. Let me just talk about my final thoughts for this episode. You can really tell that this is just a passion project for the creators of this show. So the actors, the writers. Let me look up the names of everybody. So Carl Dutton, shout out to you. He is the writer, the editor, and the director of this audio drama. I can tell the love that is being put into this project. And that's what every project should have. If it's a response to a project or a sequel or a reimagining, I want to feel the love of this project. And, you know, Carl, doesn't I feel the love? I feel the love. So, yeah. I'm angry that I have to wait to find out who the shopkeeper is, because what do you mean for another day? I have so many questions. I have theories. Was the shopkeeper like the last owner of the Mastodon Zord? Is he like an old immortal man who was like one of the last survivors? Is he one of the old warriors? Because apparently these Zords had warriors before the Rangers, and they were beasts before the Zords, and I'm just like, who are you? Did he know Zach? Like, did he like have visions of Zach while all of this was going? Or, you know, what made him choose Zach? Or was Zach chosen by the Mastodon, and then he started to get visions because that was the beast that he was bonded with? I have theories, but I have to wait. I'm not a happy camper right now. But this was great. I had fun. I'll see y'all next time. Now I just gotta go off and be productive. But thanks for watching.